I don't know about you, but I do not own a good camera. Every time I have an event come up, I have to go and buy a disposable camera, which I think, pretty good quality. The only problem is I blame it on the camera because I say, I can't quite see through that the little bitty square hole. And I cut people's heads off and don't line anything up. And anyway, if you have the same problem, we're going to get some tips today. We're going to visit with a couple of gentlemen from the African American Photographers of Central Ohio.
I'm going to have to quiz them because back in the day, I used to be a pretty good photographer myself. And I was talking to them a little bit, so I want to make sure they're about to turn me out.
Yeah, they are. They are.
No,
they have some really good photos of just a point and shoot, shoot and click. John Branham and Kevin Dubenion are here, and we're going to get some tips for photography with those disposable cameras, plus those little cheapies that you might have. They don't have to be disposable. We'll give you some tips today on the show. Oh, I think I got you.
I think you're a little too close to be taking a picture like that. You're cutting off heads. I think you just get my nose that close.
Well, we always have problems, at least I do, taking pictures with disposable cameras. That's all I ever buy. But as I mentioned before, I seem to, it's all because of this thing right here. I can't see through it.
Okay, we're going to get some tips on it.
At least I make an excuse that way. All right, we're going to talk about how easy it is to take pictures, to take photos with disposable and inexpensive cameras. Of course, joining us today are a couple of fellows from the African American Photographers of Central Ohio. We have John Branham Sr. and Kevin Dubenion. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
All right, so this last time you were here, I really wanted to bring you guys back because I am the queen of disposable cameras. However, I'm not always so pleased with the way my pictures turn out. What am I doing wrong?
Well,
could be lots of things, right?
Could be lots of things. Could get real excited and say, oh, I really want to get this picture, and you take it too fast and chop off heads or chop off arms.
Or maybe, see, I blame it on this little,
the viewfinder.
I think that it's not lined up properly. That's what I think.
That's kind of like blaming a rainy day on the weather.
There you go.
With any camera in that viewfinder, especially with the disposables, what you see is truly what you're going to get.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are just rushing to get the shot, and they don't pay attention to the composition of the image itself. I mean, I've got you in frame. But if I look behind you, that's a great backdrop. We've got the city of Columbus, it's beautiful, City Hall. Versus if I were to just turn a little bit, I'm going to get a part of the studio that isn't really, no offense to the cameraman, but who wants to get a picture of that guy? I'd want to get you in full frame and kind of frame you with a background that's pleasing to the eye. So it's all about composition.
Okay, well, I noticed that right here you have a Kodak, a nice, name brand disposable camera. Does it really matter what kind, if it's name brand, if it's actually, I bought one that was, I think, recycled because I tore off and there was another brand underneath. I mean, does it matter what you're using?
No, not at all. Only thing, the biggest thing you want is just a camera. That's all. You can get any camera. We go to the 99-cent store and get them for $1.
Right, that's $1 camera you're holding.
This is?
Yeah.
Sure.
And some of them are outdated because there's a date on the back that says used before this date. We've used film up to 2 years outdated. And it still comes out great.
Images are always great.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems a little bit too good to be true that you're saying we can actually take pictures. I want to get some tips, but I first want to look at some of the things that you guys have actually taken with the point and shoot. Not necessarily with the disposable, but any kind of inexpensive camera. Let's take a look at some of the pictures you brought along with you today and tell me what we're looking at. Now, this cannot be.
Sure it is.
Is it?
This?
No.
Not that one.
No?
Not that one.
Okay.
That's a SLR. That's not a point and shoot camera, but that camera I think cost me about $110.
All right, but you have another picture that you brought that's similar to this one, except this one is, we're talking with like a 99-cent camera.
Right. That's actually with a
right.
point and shoot camera. You can kind of tell the difference with the color saturation. It's not as crisp, but it's composition. It's composed properly. That picture there was actually taken by a gentleman in our group named Christopher Vaughn. He's a very, very good guy, and that's a point and shoot.
Okay, well, let's talk about these cameras themselves. As far as, indoor, outdoor use, are there different styles that you can get, or is this universal for shooting at indoor, outdoor lighting situations?
Most of the disposables come either for outdoor use only because they don't have a flash. That unit there has a built-in flash that you just charge up and shoot away. So you have to be careful to know that if it's for outdoor use, it truly is for outdoor use because you don't have a flash unit on the camera.
And of course, there's no zoom, there's no focus.
No.
This is just what you see is what you get.
Your legs are your zoom. If I'm too far away, then I need to walk up and get my image. But there's a limit with those kinds of cameras. I think you have to be no more than 3 feet from your subject. If you're 2 feet in, you won't be able to focus because there's no focusing. It's kind of just focus to infinity, so it's 3 feet and wider.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other work, and you can kind of tell us what we're looking at and what was used for the photos. That is a point and shoot.
Point and shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Point and shoot camera. That's actually not a box. It's more of a point and shoot. It's like a $20 camera. You buy the film and put it in, and you can put black and white film in those cameras and get a black and white image.
Oh wow.
That's what that was done. That was also Christopher Vaughn's shot.
Okay, next shot. Wow.
That's Chicago, same camera, $20 camera, point and shoot.
Point and shoot camera.
Black and white
Again,
film.
it's all about composition.
It's composition.
It's all about composition and taking your time.
All right, to give us some tips for people that, pick up a 99-cent camera and want to take some good photos and don't want to spend a lot of money, what are some things you can tell us?
Feel the frame.
Feel the
Feel
frame.
the frame. If you have an image, say for instance I'm taking a picture of you, basically I want to make sure that your head is fitting right in between this. Always feel the frame.
But I swear to you, I look through it and I think it's lined up, and maybe I'm using the wrong eye, I don't know. Everything looks cool, and then when I get the pictures back, they're not cool at all.
I think what I've learned over the years is that once you put the camera up, you bring the camera up to your eye, and you have who you want to shoot. I'm going to shoot Rebecca. I'm going to shoot Dave. It's very cool. Bring the camera down and look past them. Look behind them. Look around to see. Oh, I don't want that dumpster in the picture. I don't want
I don't
want the pole coming out of their head. I don't want the electrical wires coming through their heads, through their eye. You pull the camera down and look behind them, and then move around. Keep them where they are, but you move around because you want your subject to be as comfortable as possible.
And keep both eyes open.
Keep both eyes
when
open.
you're focused.
Okay.
If you have go ahead, Joe.
Some people hold the camera and they go like this with one eye, and then they get the Popeye effect.
That's what I do.
That's what is
I think
happening.
that's
Keep
what it
both
is.
your eyes
Keep them
open.
both open, really?
Right, keep them both open and look right through.
Okay.
You'll get the head in there. This time.
All right, I hope so. I hope so.
Guaranteed.
We need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some tips, and you can spend anywhere from 99 cents to upwards of thousands of dollars for a camera, and all the photos will turn out just beautiful. We're visiting with a couple of fellows from the African American Photographers of Central Ohio, John and Kevin. We'll have more right after this. All right, we're learning something today. We're learning about cameras, anywhere from 99 cents upwards of thousands of dollars, but you can take pictures with this 99-cent camera and have no problem if you take the advice of John and Kevin today. All right, can you kind of talk us through the differences in these cameras that you brought along with you, and why one camera might be good for one kind of shot and one not so good? All right, first of all, we've already talked about this guy.
That's a dollar. Yeah, that's a dollar camera. You're going to get great image if you take your time and if you look at composition.
Okay.
You've got to do that.
And then what we're looking at here, you're saying this one
That's
right
an old
here.
Yashica Electro. That's the first camera that I purchased, and I purchased it a long time ago. That camera was made in 1974. You can pick one up for probably $10 or $15.
10 or 15 bucks.
Yeah, it is. The optics on the Yashica Electro are really, really great. That's a rangefinder. And SLR, you are looking through the actual lens, but with this, you're looking through just another picture window. But the pictures are absolutely beautiful. It's a 50mm lens. You can compose a little bit better. No, I can't say a little bit. A lot better.
A lot better.
Than with a point and shoot. And again, the optics are awesome.
So what's like one of the most important things about a camera? Are we talking the lens itself? Is that where you're going to get your quality in a picture? Because the camera itself is just a box. Is that correct? And the lens is where you get your quality?
There's an old adage, quality in, quality out. If you have certainly a dollar camera, the optics on that are not going to be as good versus even a Yashica Electro, and then the big daddy that we'll be talking about, what JV has, we'll talk about that too. But it's all about optics, quality in, quality out.
Okay, and this is the kind of camera that you see just about anywhere. I think people get their first camera, it's something like that one. But tell me what we're looking at there.
It's just a point and shoot, $5 camera. You can open it up, change the film in and out. You can put black and white film in. For the shots you saw previously, the Chicago images, that's the camera.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good quality. And then, of course, we got the granddaddy right here. This is, I don't even know, is that a camera?
Yes, it's a medium format camera. It's what they call 6x7. Basically, all it is you just get a bigger negative. You get the bigger images. So if you want to blow it up, 20 by 30, 30 by whatever, you can blow it up and it holds its picture quality. That's really the only difference. You have some other little small features on it, but I mean, this camera you're gonna pay a little bit of money for it.
And is that 35 millimeter that you use there?
No, it's medium format.
Okay.
It's 6x7.
And what's a little bit of money?
Silence.
Don't worry, we're not gonna rob you or anything.
A grand.
Okay. All right.
But you're paying for the quality, though.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now we wanted to talk about, we don't have too much time, but we wanted to make sure we talked about a big upcoming event this weekend at the King Arts Complex that AAPCO
amazing.
has a lot to do with. Who wants to start this one
It's
out?
going to be great. We're going to have Chester Higgins coming in town from New York. He's a worldwide known photographer for his photojournalism. He's awesome. He's coming in just for AAPCO, and the dispatch is going to be there. It's going to be a big event, and he's going to be teaching, telling us what you need to do, your responsibility as a photographer. And he also has a big show at the King Arts Center, Elder Grace, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, he's really positively documented aging in America. And Elder Grace, if you haven't been to the King Center, to take a look at that exhibit, it is absolutely amazing, because you'll see images that he shot with 35 that are larger than me. These are life-size images that are tack sharp, absolutely beautiful, that he shot with 35 millimeter. So, I mean, the smaller format and the quality of these images is absolutely amazing. But Chester is he's an associate member of the group, and one of our mentors of the group and the leadership in the group. So we're very happy to have him coming in and supporting what we're doing here, but also just sharing some of his knowledge.
Okay, well, for those beginners that want to start, taking photography lessons or starting themselves, would you tell them to take one of these disposable cameras and just go out and shoot and see how your quality of the pictures come out, then move on to a different camera, or give them some kind of tips on how they should start? What kind of camera should they use? Is that a good one to start with?
That's what I suggest. I suggest start with the 99-cent camera, build up the love for the art, start loving it, and then the love will produce you higher and higher and higher.
Because you get the problem, I mean, if you go out there and buy all this equipment and then you find out you're not good on the camera, it's just going to be sitting there and getting cobwebs.
Then you want a divorce.
As you evolve, you will know when you need more and better equipment and the capabilities to do more and different things, but you need to evolve first. And I think starting with just simple images, that's the key.
All right.
All right.
How can people find out more about AAPCO?
Our website, AAPCO, AAPCO at hotmail.com, or you can call us at 445-9511, which is also great. And then we'll tell you to come to our meetings, which is every third Friday. Our next one is in September 21st. We're having a big exhibit called Taste of Cuba. Two of our photographers, Abdi Roble and Robert Landrum, went to Cuba for 10 days.
Beautiful stuff.
They have over 500 images that they collected.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to see a piece of it.
All right.
All right.
John and Kevin, thanks for stopping
Thanks for
by
coming,
today.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.